Hey everyone, this is another Star Wars Lego MOC. This is my E-Class Arbiter. So we're gonna take a look at things and we're gonna talk about the features of this ship as well. This ship was designed as a contest entry for the contest being held by TJ the Brickwright. He's always hosting really awesome and creative Lego Star Wars contests. But the prompt for this was to design a new Republic Interceptor, something to replace the A-Wing. And this is what I came up with. This is my E-Class Arbiter. So TJ the Brickwright, he just had a contest where we were design and build something to replace the X-Wing. We were supposed to just kind of make a new generic starfighter. And you may or may not have seen my entry, the D-Class Mediator. But similar to how the Delta Jedi Starfighter influenced my design of that D-Class Mediator, the ADA, or ETA Jedi Interceptor, however you want to say it, I've always pronounced it ADA. The ADA Jedi Interceptor influenced my design of this E-Class Arbiter. And that's what the E in the E-Class stands for. And so the Delta in my D-Class Mediator, those starfighters had more of a peacekeeping role. The ADA and the E-Class Interceptors had and have a more aggressive role. I mean, think back to the days of the Jedi. The Delta Starfighter, we saw it very prominently with Obi-Wan kind of investigating Camino and Geonosis and everything, while the ADA class, that was really, we see in the opening scenes of Revenge of the Sith, it's a starfighter role, it's interceptor role. It's a little bit more aggressive than the Delta one. So this, this is built for ship-to-ship combat, but we're still talking about the New Republic here. So it's not, overly aggressive. Its weapons aren't prominently displayed. So the Arbiter's weaponry is largely tucked away and only visible from the underside. It will effectively eliminate threats, but it doesn't need an overly aggressive design to do so. And my idea was that as the Empire's censorship kind of falls away during the New Republic, people will talk about the tales of the Jedi and their cool starfighters and everything they accomplished, and the citizens of the Republic, of the New Republic, can learn and appreciate the lore of the Jedi and come to recognize what these new starships represent. So this ship, very swooshable. I always like to make my ships as swooshable and kind of as sturdy as possible. You hear the pilot wiggling around a little bit maybe, but other than that, it's very sturdy. Our pilot is this individual here. He's the same pilot that was piloting my D-Class Mediator, and just threw him in for here also. And you can see the cockpit opening here. This whole area just hinges up. Technically this can go forward, but kind of my main intent was just for this section to pop up for the pilot to get out of there. There is a simple control yoke there, little panel there. Let's get this focus to go. And a suggestion of a computer screen or whatever. There's a survival pack and a pair of pistols that are tucked in there in case this gets shot down or whatever, and the pilot needs to fend for him or herself. So also I included kind of random details there that could be, extra rations or something in addition to the survival pack that the pilot would need in case of emergency. And we also got a pair of headlights up front there. And we'll look at the weaponry of this. So as I stated, the weaponry is kind of hidden, tucked away. If you see it from the top side, you're not going to see any weapons. That was, as I mentioned, done by design. But if we flip over here, we see a pair of medium blaster cannons. And then each wing carries these can be concussion missiles or proton torpedoes, whatever you want to call them. They're still visible. They can still be visible, especially if someone's flying overhead or whatever. But as I've mentioned a couple times, I didn't want, the weaponry to be super obvious and prominently displayed. And I think, it's still present, still can really, this ship can still really handle itself in a fight, but it doesn't need that overly aggressive outward appearance of weaponry. So turning this around, we got kind of a quad thruster situation here. My other New Republic starfighter had four thrusters as well, similar to the X-Wing, and this is a little different appearance, but I wanted to make sure there were 4 different boosters here, or thrusters, whatever you want to call them. So another kind of feature of this ship is that these winglets can actually go up and down. Usually I like to so I have a couple of wedge or cheese slope pieces. Let's get that to focus. Cheese slope pieces right here. I usually try to just line it up with these bricks and tiles, and that's kind of the standard flight mode. But I figure a squadron of these would be on a capital ship, and to help save room a little bit, to help pack these a little tighter, these can go up. It's not much, but it is something. I guess you could, fly around like this, kind of a different look, or you can extend it all the way and make it, make it flush with the rest of the wings, and that's its own look too, I guess. But I like when it's kind of right in the middle there. I liked how these details worked out, a little bit of greebling, a little bit of just different texture, different shapes. I wanted to break up the super smooth wings, and not have it just be the exact same throughout the entire wing. On the underside, there's a little bit of extra greebling with these. They're not lightsaber pieces, but whatever these pieces are. Nothing too fancy. You can see my illegal building techniques that I've used in order to get these. So right here, there's this line of cheese wedges that I was trying to, get this gap nice and closed. And I was trying to figure out a way to do that. And I came up, well, I don't know. I probably didn't come up with it, but using an illegal building technique, you can see, all these hinge plates are kind of torqued inwards there, but this whole section is kind of just clipped upside down and clipped right here. But yeah, I like how the gapping worked out. There's still a teeny little gap there, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so again, this is my E-Class Arbiter. TJ the Brickwright is always hosting awesome contests, and he's hosting, or I'd like to thank him for hosting yet another awesome creative contest. I'm excited to see all the other entries, but this is my E-Class Arbiter. Thanks for checking it out.